Swing and touch the leg. Today we are going to study one story from the class 9 English textbook Moments. Okay, now before I disclose the name of this story, let us first look at this slide and let us talk about our good friends. I know you all have your good friends, and there are some characteristic or qualities related to good friends. Not all the friends are good. Okay, so when we discuss about good friend qualities, I just want you to think about your friend, your good friend, and try to remember all the good qualities he or she has. Okay, yes. Now, what are some of the good qualities a good friend should have? Yep. For example, your good friend should be loving and caring. Okay. Yes. And the second one, faithful. Your good friend should be very faithful to you. Just faithful as the dog. The dog is very faithful to its owner. Okay. Yes. And the other character is motivate. Your good friend should always motivate you whenever you are feeling down, or encourages when you break down, or someone who always shows the positivity of life. Okay, yes. Now these are some of the qualities of a good friend. And one thing is very sure, that good friends are not a fair weather friends. Okay, they are never a fair weather friend. So fair weather friend is a friend who used to come to you when everything is going good with you, and who disappear when you have got some problem like this. Okay, now they are called fair weather friends. So you should be very careful about such friends in your life. Okay. Yes, so you must be wondering why all of a sudden we are discussing about our good friends, their qualities, and all these things. So I'm going to tell you, what should I say, we are discussing all these things because the story that we are going to do, it's revolving around friends. Okay, two friends, good friends. Okay, yes. So without taking much time, let us, what should I say, go to the story. And the name of the story is The Last Leaf. Okay, yes, the name of the story is Last Leaf, and this is from your class 9 textbook, Moments textbook. Okay, yes. And this story, The Last Leaf, it's written by O. Henry. O. Henry is an American short story writer. Got it? So O. Henry, by looking at the name, you must have got some doubt. Okay, how come this name is O. Henry? Okay, you are absolutely right, because this O. Henry is not his real name. This is a pseudonym, or normally the people, the writers, poet, they used to have their own pen name. Okay, some which were even among Tibetan writers. Okay, some of the writers, they use their pen name. They don't use the actual name. Okay, so O. Henry, the real name of O. Henry is William Sidney Porter. You got it? So he was born in 1862 and he died in 1910 in New York City. Okay, so he was an American short story writer. He has written so many short stories. Okay, and one special thing about his stories have normally a surprise ending. Okay, yes. So those of you who like some kind of suspense or surprise ending, I recommend you to read some of the short stories of O. Henry. Okay, yes. The Last Leaf. And after completing the story, you will know that why the title of the story is given The Last Leaf. Okay, yes. And this story, I told you, it's about a good friendship, and it is also a sentimental story. Sentimental means sad story. Okay, sad story based on human love and sacrifices. So when you read the story, you will come across the human love and the sacrifices in the story. You got it? Okay, so let us go through the story. I'm going to read this, and you can also read along with me. Okay, yes. So We have got two friends, okay, Sue and John C. Okay, yes. So let me read this. Sue and John C., two young artists, shared a small flat. The flat was on the third story of an old house. John C. fell very seriously ill in November. She had pneumonia. She would lie in her bed without moving, just gazing out of the window. Sue, her friend, became very worried. She sent for the doctor. Although he came every day, there was no change in Johnson's condition. One day, the doctor took Sue aside and asked her, "Is anything worrying Johnsy?" "No," replied Sue. "But why do you ask?" The doctor said, "Johnsy, it seems, has made up her mind that she is not going to get well. If she does not want to live, medicines will not help her." Okay, yes. So I told you it's a story between two friends, okay, Sue and John C. Both of them are young artists, painter. So they are, what should I say, sharing a flat, okay, and their room is on the third story of an old house. Third story means first floor, second floor, third floor. Okay, the story is the level. Okay, yes. So one of them was sick. Who was sick? John C. Okay, so John C. was seriously ill in November. It was in November. And what was she suffering from? She was suffering from pneumonia. What is pneumonia? Have you heard this word pneumonia? Pneumonia is a disease. It's a disease where it attacks the respiratory organ, especially the lungs. Okay, so right now we have got COVID-19, isn't it? So people say that COVID-19 has the similar symptoms of pneumonia, okay, where it attacks the lung and it makes the patient difficult to breathe. You got it? So John C. was suffering from pneumonia, and what would she do? She would normally lie in her bed without any moving, okay, and she used to look out through the window. Got it? So that was what she used to do. And Sue, her friend, she became very worried because her friend was sick. So she was a very good, faithful friend, and she was also worried. Okay, so that's why she called for doctor. You see, this is a good quality of a friend. Okay, she called for a doctor, and the doctor used to come there every day. But despite that, there was no change in Johnson's condition. Okay, so if the doctor visits, then the patient should slowly recover, isn't it? But in case of John C., there was no, what should I say, development. There was no recovery at all. So the doctor was surprised. Okay, how come my patient was not recovering? Okay, yes. So one day the doctor took Sue aside and he just said something in her ears. What did he say? He said, okay, is anything worrying John C? Okay, doctor asked Sue whether anything was wrong worrying John C or not, because doctor wanted to know whether there were other which is problems with John C or not. Otherwise, by now she should have recovered from pneumonia, isn't it? And Sue was surprised. Sue said, "No, okay, there wasn't anything worrying John C. John C. was just okay, but she was just suffering from pneumonia." Okay, yes. But why do you ask? Sue was surprised. Okay, so she asked doctor why. The doctor was, which is say, inside, which is excited to know, which is say about John C. Okay, yes, and the doctor said that John C., it seems she had made up her mind that she is not going to get well. So the doctor, through his so many years of practice, he came to know that John C., she was not going to get well. She had made up in her mind that she was not going to get well. If she does not want to live, medicine would not help her. So that is what the doctor told Sue. What did the doctor tell Sue? The doctor told Sue that her friend John C., she had already made up her mind that she was not going to get well. And she had already decided that she did not want to live. So if she had already decided that she was not interested in living her life, then no matter how much medicine I gave, it would not help her. It would not make her recover. So it's very important for her to change her own perspective of life. Okay, that is what the doctor was, what should I say, advising Sue. Okay, the doctor advised Sue to do something with her friend John C. You got it? So, mere medicine will not help. So, for example, if you are suffering from some disease and if you always worry that you are not going to recover, then no matter how much medicine you take, it will not bring much, which is a recovery or change. Okay, so it's very important. Along with the medicine, you should also have the belief that you are going to recover. So in John C's case, she was not interested. There must be some big problem, okay, in her life apart from that pneumonia. Okay, yes. So that is what the doctor told Sue. Now let us see. Okay, so we know that Sue was a great friend, a good friend of Chauncey. So Sue tried her best to make Chauncey take an interest in things around her. She talked about clothes and fashion, but Chauncey did not respond. Chauncey continued to lie on her bed. Sue brought her drawing board into Chauncey's room and started painting. To take Chauncey's mind off her illness, she whistled while working. You see, so Sue was a very good friend of Chauncey, so she tried her best to make Chauncey take interest in all the things around her, although she was suffering. But sometimes it's important for us to, which they say, give attention to the things around us. Okay, yes. So she tried her best. She also talked about the clothes and fashion. She thought that it would just, which they say, divert Chauncey's attention away from her illness. Okay, yes. And Chauncey continued to lie still on her bed. She was not interested no matter what Sue did. Okay, she just lied on her bed. So she also bought her drawing board into Chauncey's room and she started painting. You know, both of them are painters. Both of them are artists. So Sue brought her drawing board and started painting in Chauncey's room. To take Chauncey's mind off her illness, she whistled while working. So while Sue was working, she was just intentionally whistling in order to divert Johnson's mind away from her illness. But nothing could bring any change in Johnson. You got it? Okay, yes. So let us read the next paragraph, okay? Suddenly, Sue heard Johnson whisper something. She quickly rushed to the bed and heard John C. counting backwards. She was looking out of the window and was saying 12. After some time, she whispered 11, then 10, then 9, 8, 7. Sue anxiously looked out of the window. She saw an old ivy creeper climbing halfway up the brick wall opposite their window. In the strong wind outside, the creeper was shedding its leaves. Okay, yes. Now, what happened? Suddenly, Sue heard Johnson whisper something. Okay, yes. Suddenly, Sue heard John C. whispering something. And then she quickly rushed to her bed and heard what was John C. doing. John C. was just counting backwards. So, counting backwards means 10, 9, 8, 7, like this. So why was she counting? What was she counting? What's wrong with her? So let us say she was looking out of the window and she was just looking out of the window and then she was saying 12. After some time she whispered 11, 10, 9, 8. Now she was counting. What was she counting? She was just looking out the window and then she was counting. So she and just look out of the window. Sue was, what should I say, surprised. Okay, she just looked out of the window, and what did she see? She saw an old ivy creeper. Ivy creeper means a name of a plant, that climbs on the wall. So there was an ivy creeper halfway on the brick wall opposite their window. So they were just looking out the window, and on the opposite wall there was a ivy creeper climbing. Okay, so in the strong wind outside, there was a strong wind outside. The creeper was shedding its leaves. So that creeper, that plant, was shedding, taking out its leaf one by one. Why? Because it was, which we say, there was a strong wind outside. So obviously the leaves will fall down. So the leaf was falling. So the moment the leaves start falling, you see, John C. was just counting the leaves. So 10, 9, 7, like this, the leaves were falling one by one. So that is what John C. was counting. Did you understand? Okay, yes. What is it, dear? Sue asked. 6, whispered John C. They are falling faster now. 3 days ago, there were almost 100 leaves. There are only 5 left now. Okay, yes. So Sue asked Johnsy what she was doing, and she said that she was just counting. Okay, and she said that they were falling faster now. It seems that she must have been looking out through the window, counting all the leaves. Okay, so they said that they were falling faster now. They means the leaves. The leaves are falling faster now. 3 days ago, there were almost 100 leaves. She had been looking out through the window and just counting the leaves on that ivy creeper. And she said that there were 300 leaves 3 days ago. Okay, there are only 5 left now. Okay, now how many leaves are there? There were only 5 leaves. Out of 100, only 5 are left. Why? Because of the strong wind. Okay, yes, the leaves started falling. Now let us see what Sue would say. Okay, yes, and Sue said, "It is autumn and the leaves will fall." Okay, yes. Sue said that there wasn't anything surprising. You see, it's the autumn season, and in autumn season, all the leaves will fall down. So what is so special about this thing? Okay, the leaf will ultimately fall in autumn. So that is what Sue said. Now let us see what John C. would say. "When the last leaf falls, I will die," said John C. with finality. Now John C. Okay, what did she say? She said that when the last leaf falls, she will die. So she said this with finality. She was very determined. Okay, yes, I have known this for the last 3 days. So she had been counting all the leaves, and she had already, which made up her mind. She had got some fancy idea that when the last leaf falls, she would also die. You got it? Okay, yes. So that's a strange. You got it? Yeah. "Oh, that's nonsense," replied Sue. "What have an old ivy leaves to do with your getting well? The doctor is confident that you will get better." Sue said that it was nonsense. Okay, yes. Why are you thinking like this? Okay, yes. You are getting well and the ivy leaves falling down. There isn't any relation. Moreover, the doctor had already told you confidently that you will get better. So why do you worry? Why are you, what should I say, just saying that you will die when the last leaf falls? Okay, so that is what a good friend, what should I say, encourages. Okay, consoled her friend. Okay, yes. So let us see what Johnson said. John C. did not say anything. Sue went and brought her a bowl of soup. Okay, so John C. did not say anything. So in the meantime, Sue went maybe in her kitchen and she brought a bowl of soup. So you see how concerned she was to her friend. Okay, she brought a bowl of soup. And what did John C. say? "I don't want any soup," said John C. "I'm not hungry. Now there are only 4 leaves left. I want to see the last one fall before it gets dark." then I will sleep forever. So look at what John C. was saying. John C. said that she was not eating, she was not feeling hungry, and now she was just worried about the leaves. She was just counting the leaves. Okay, yes. Now they are, in the beginning there were 5. Now there were only 4 leaves, and she said that she wanted to see the last leaf fall before it gets dark. She was just looking at the looking through the window and just counting, and she was, what should I say, waiting for the last leaf to fall. Okay, leaf to fall. Then I will sleep forever. So then I will sleep forever means, that means she is going to die. Sleep forever means, so what should I say, she's going to die when the last leaf falls. So she has got such kind of belief. That is a fancy. That is what you are, what should I say, making. Okay, there is no relation between the falling of the leaves and your getting well, isn't it? We all know that. So that was what John C. was saying. So up to now, did you understand the story? It's a story of a two friends. So you see, John C. was suffering. She was suffering from pneumonia, and not just pneumonia. There was something else that was troubling John C. And she have a strong, strange belief that when the last leaf falls, she would also die. Okay, and she has got a very faithful, good friend, Sue. Sue was very faithful. She was very concerned, very caring. She called the doctor. Okay, she was always beside her, trying to entertain her sick friend like this. Okay, so she was a very good friend. Now let us see what happens next. Okay, Sue sat on Johnson's bed, kissed her, and said, "You are not going to die. I can't draw the curtain, for I need the light. I want to finish the painting and get some money for us. Please, my dear friend," she begged Johnsy, "promise not to look out of the window while I paint." Got it? So, Sue, what did she do? She just sat beside Johnsy's bed. She kissed her and she said, "You are not going to die." So she was encouraging, she was giving lots and lots of positive energy. Got it? And she said that she wanted to finish the last painting so that they would get some money. Okay, yes, they have to earn their livelihood. So she said that she was going to finish the last painting so that they would get some money. So she requested John C. to promise. To promise what? Promise not to look out of the window while I paint. So Sue did not want John C. to look out of the window because she was just counting the number of the leaves. Okay, and she said that the last leaf falls, she will also die. So Sue requested John C. to promise not to look out of the window while she paint. Okay, yes. So John C. said, "All right." Okay, now this time John C. was listening. Okay, yes. So she knew that her friend was very concerned. She loved her very much. Okay, yes. So John C. said, "All right. Finish your painting soon, for I want to see the last leaf fall. I am tired of waiting. I have to die. So let me go away peacefully, like one of those poor, tired leaves." You got it? So John C. just promised that she would not look through the window, but she requested Sue to finish her painting fast, because she wanted to see the last leaf fall. And she said that she was tired of waiting. She was waiting for the last leaf to fall, and the leaf was not falling. So she wanted to die soon. So let me go away peacefully. So let me go away peacefully means let me die peacefully. Okay, yes, let me die peacefully. So like one of those poor tired leaves. So she was just comparing herself to those poor tired leaves. These leaves were tired because of the wind. These leaves fall down. Okay, and then they never get up. So likewise, I want to also go peacefully like those poor tired leaves. Got it? Okay, yes. Now, Sue, what will Sue say? "Try to sleep," said Sue. "I have to paint one old miner I will call Bearman up to be my model. Okay, so Sue did not say anything. Sue lovingly requested which is say John C. to try to sleep, get some rest like this. And what would she do? In the meantime, she would paint an old miner. So she is a painter. She wanted to do one, which is say painting of old miner. So for that, she obviously need one model. Okay, so model means which is the person who used to, which is say be an example. Okay, for the artist, they need a life model on which they draw the which we say picture, isn't it? So Sue said that she's going to call Baram to work as a model for her so that she could paint an old miner. Okay, yes. So who was this Baram? Where was he staying? Now let us see. Okay, so Sue rushed down. Baron lived on the ground floor. Okay, so Baron must be living on the ground floor. You remember they are on the third story and Baron was living on the ground floor. Now who was Baron? Okay, now let us see. He was a 60-year-old painter. His lifelong dream was to paint a masterpiece, but that had remained a dream. Sue poured out her worries to Barham. She told her how Johnsy was convinced that she would die when the last leaf fell. Got it? So Barham, he must be a very kind person, good person. Okay, so that's why Sue went down, and he was a 60-year-old painter. It seems that the whole building was filled with the painters. You see, okay, so he was occupying the ground floor, and he had got one lifelong dream. You know, dream, okay, a desire. We all must be having a dream, okay, that I would try to do this before I die. I would to try to cultivate this before I die. So we all have dream. You have dream. I have dream. So likewise, Madam had his lifelong dream. And what was his dream? His dream was to paint a masterpiece. So now what is a masterpiece? Masterpiece is a very special, okay, yes, a piece, okay. For example, he is a painter, so his masterpiece is something, what should I say, very majestic, very popular piece, okay. So he wanted to paint a masterpiece that will be appreciated, that will be remembered. Okay, yes. So that was his dream. But so far, his dream remained just dream. He was not able to fulfill. Okay, yes. So you see, Sue went down to Baram's house, and Sue just see how concerned she was about her friend. So the moment she went to Baram, she started pouring all her worries. Okay, now no, normally whenever we find someone who is kind, what do? You try to share all your worries. Okay, so Baram must be a person who used to listen, who used to show some which was empathy. So Sue poured all her worries. She told him how John C. was convinced that she would die when the last leaf fell. Okay, so she started telling everything about John C. to Baram. Okay, yes. Now let us see what does Badam do. Okay, yes, Badam. Let us see.